All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me shot the freaking. We are here tonight on the show on a freaking Saturday, man. We're literally, what are we, like 5 hours away from the Royal Rumble, man? We are close to the Royal Rumble. I cannot wait. Right here, we're gonna do some SmackDowns recap and then also some news, and then we'll call it a night, man. So getting ready for the Royal Rumble. My Royal Rumble recap will probably be either um, Sunday or Monday at the latest. It depends what happens, but I will for sure have one here sometime in the next few days, ladies and gentlemen. So Stephanie McMahon, the reason she left WWE was because obviously when her father got put back in and got voted unanimously back again to being the chairman of the board, obviously the writing was on the wall. She was going to be demoted. Obviously they went with Nick Khan as CEO, so she was at least going to be the third person. Even who knows if she would have, maybe even Triple H would have probably gone ahead of her, right? So she knew she was going to get demoted, and she had no interest. Obviously, she has a lot of money, and she seemed to be more interested the last few months of being more like a stay-home mom with her daughters. And so yeah, it was a combination of wanting to stay home with her daughters and just not wanting to take the demotion because it looked like they were going to demote her pretty bad. Like I said, even possibly Triple H would have been ahead of her. So completely understand. This happens a lot in businesses where somebody has like a high power, like a vice president or CEO, and all of a sudden, maybe the company buys it and they want to put their own president, their own CEO. You see a lot of these guys, especially if they've been doing it for like 10, 20 years and they made a lot of money with the salary that comes having one of those high top executive jobs. You see them just walk away and a lot of times just retire just because they're older and they probably made a lot of money. So it's completely normal, I guess. She's young. I think she's like in 40s, but she still made a lot of money. Obviously, got probably some type of father help financially. Triple H himself makes good money, whether it was when he was a wrestler and now as an executive. He probably still makes he has one of the top. I believe Triple H makes almost $1 million a year. I think same thing with her. I think she was also making almost $1 million a year when she was working for WWE. So yeah, the money's there for them. Anyways, let's go around. Ronda Rousey, man. The reason they made the decision not to have her on Royal Rumble is because obviously she won it last year, right? Because she's not going to win it this year. They don't want her to look weak. Jesus Christ. And that's the reason they're not going to have her on. See, I think what's going on here is they're low-key listening to the fans and they're realizing they don't like her. Because if you were afraid of Ronda Rousey looking weak because she was not going to win it, you could have her be like a number one entrance, dominate, like beat that. Remember back in, what was it, 2020? Brock Lesnar did this. He dominated, and then at the end he lose to Drew McIntyre. They could have done something similar to that. They could have had her dominate, and then maybe at the end lose to like a Rhea Ripley. They could have done it, man. Roman Reigns, didn't he eliminate like 10 people his first Royal Rumble back in like 2014? Gunther, for that man, I'm sure is going to have that dominant performance. He's probably going to dominate the most amount of wrestlers. So they could have still made her look strong, even though she wasn't going to win. I think this is more of, they know the fans still like her, and they're trying to take her off TV at least for a while to get the fans a rest from her. We'll see if they use her or not for the Royal Rumble for WrestleMania. The rumor was Rhea Ripley, but if Rhea Ripley's going to win the championship, she's probably going to take on probably either Bianca Belair or Charlotte. Let's just hope that they don't pull up Brock Lesnar. Remember, Brock Lesnar ended up winning Elimination Chamber. Let's just hope they don't do anything like that and have freaking Ronda Rousey at some point beat either Charlotte or Bianca Belair, and then she's the one that goes on to main event WrestleMania as the women's champion. Hopefully, that's what kind of worries me, that they pull something like that, and then they have the winner, assuming it's going to be Rhea Ripley versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. We'll see. Hopefully, they don't do anything like that. But it's kind of alarming that they're not going to put in the Royal Rumble. I find it hard to believe that even though the fans are not big on her, they're going to sit her at WrestleMania. And if they're going to have a WrestleMania, they're going to have something big for her. So don't be surprised if sometime in freaking February, March, they find a way to put the women's title on her, and she goes on to face the winner of the Royal Rumble at WrestleMania. WWE, I guess they wanted to use one of the Major League Wrestlers. It's just a company called MLW, and WWE wanted to use one of the wrestlers for. I don't know. Is this even true? Who the hell is even on Major League Wrestling? I don't even know. Who the hell would they want to use from there? I think they're already suing them for something, MLW, Major League Wrestling, but I don't need. Supposedly WWE wanted to use one of the wrestlers for Monday Night Raw 30th anniversary. I don't know who the hell. I don't even know who's in that company, honestly. I don't even know who the hell's in that company. Jesus Christ, I don't even know if that's true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, but let me see. Let me just make sure there's no more news, and then we will call it a night as far as the news goes. Let me see here. Let's see here. So I think the freaking the tops to win the Royal Rumble. I think these are by DraftKings. I think the favorite's Cody Rhodes, and then also The Rock. Seth Rollins is also in there. Even Stone Cold Steve Austin was in there. But I think for sure DraftKings is saying that the favorite to win it is Cody Rhodes. So I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes. Now, a lot of people are also saying Sami Zayn, because obviously the storyline with Roman Reigns. But I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes. It looks like it might just be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. They did have Roman Reigns on Jimmy Kimmel last night. And he did kind of say, yeah, we're not. And he was like talking like in a baby face about it. He was like, yeah, The Rock couldn't get in shape on time. And then like, I know what people are saying. The guy's always in shape, but he's just weightlifting and dieting. He's not in wrestling shape. It's like he hasn't gotten in a ring and taken like a body slam in years. So he was kind of like defending him. I feel like if this now I think The Rock's not going to be at the Royal Rumble, or at WrestleMania, because the Roman Reigns defended him like it was a babyface. I think if he's scared, he would have even maybe done a promo on Jimmy Kimmel, right? To try to. I think it's not. Now I'm thinking it's going to be Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. I really am, ladies and gentlemen. Now the question is, would they only do it for the WWE Championship? Because that other Universal one is the one that I believe until May he would hit 1,000 days, where the other one's fine. I think he's about to hit a year on the WWE one, but I don't think it matters as much. I think the one that I care about is the historic run with the Universal. So when they find a way to just make it but it's WrestleMania, what are you going to do with the Universal? Are you not going to defend the Universal at freaking WrestleMania? Maybe they do Cody Rhodes night 1, night 2, Sami Zayn. Who knows? Or do they just put both of the titles on freaking Cody Rhodes? And this is a way to show the AEW guys in the future, hey, come here. Look at what we did with Cody Rhodes. Not only did we make him WWE champion, we made him freaking WWE Unified Undisputed Champion. Something to look at, ladies and gentlemen. But it looks like with the way Roman Reigns reacted on Jimmy Kimmel last night, it looks like I'm starting to think it is going to be freaking Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns for the main event. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We will see what the hell happens. But let's see, man. Let's see. Let's do freaking SmackDown recap, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do the freaking recap, and then we'll get out of here tonight on a freaking Saturday. Let's see here. SmackDown January 27, 2023. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this puppy, and we'll be out of here on a freaking Friday. Or let's just get the freaking right article. We do have the right. I don't know why AEW doesn't give me this one, but lately it doesn't. SmackDown from freaking Laredo, Texas. So a lot of the guys probably already in San Antonio. Some even seem like they made the pit stop tonight and be on freaking SmackDown. Some guys from Raw. But anyways, let's get it started, man. We started off with the freaking SUV pulling up with the Usos and Solo Sikoa, and they're getting in the building. You know, they're there for Solo Sikoa taking on Kevin Owens, and freaking Sami Zayn sneaks in. He's like, Jay, he's like, you're not supposed to be here tonight. Sami's like, yeah, but I just wanted to come and thank you for what you did on going to bat for me on Monday and defending me from not getting taken out of the bloodline. I will never forget you. Anything you want, I got you. It's like, all right, man, just thank you, man. I appreciate you, you know. And so right away, already disobeying Roman Reigns, he told him, I don't want to see you anymore until Saturday night at Royal Rumble. Already disobeying him. And then right away, we get the first match of the night, Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross. Good match. But freaking, what was it, a full roll-up at the end? I don't know. Rey Mysterio won with like a full roll-up. Was this like, I felt like, man, I don't know about. I feel like Triple H gave up on both Karrion Kross and Hit Row in this show. The way they had him lose, I don't know, man, about Karrion Kross. What I would do is all these guys that are struggling with, that got re-signed over the summer when Triple H took over. I would send them to freaking NXT and see if they can get their momentum back in NXT. And I would bring guys like Carmelo Hayes. Guys that are hot right now. That's what I would do if I was Triple H. If I completely give up on these guys like Hit Row and Karrion Kross. But the problem with Karrion Kross is nobody seems to care. I think he doesn't get the fan reaction. I would consider sending Karrion Kross back along with Hit Row and see if they can get their momentum back. Man, I don't know about these, man. Anyways, then we get a huge ass promo with a bunch of the Monday Night Raw guys. Austin Theory comes out. He talks about he's going to win the Royal Rumble. And then the New Day comes out. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And then let's see who else. I think the Miz came out. The freaking Miz came out. Bobby Lashley came out. Bobby Lashley started beating the hell out of everybody. And, you know, he says, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble and shit. I'm motivated. And then out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar comes in from the crowd and he freaking F5s Bobby Lashley out of nowhere. So it's official. It's somewhere down the road. I'm assuming it's going to be I think tomorrow night, I think they're both entering, right? Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. They might just freaking eliminate each other and just fight all over the arena. They might not even care about the Royal Rumble. But yeah, my guess is that's going to be the WrestleMania match for Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Let's see what happens tomorrow night, man. But that's going to be another hell of a match, man, between Lashley and Lesnar. And then we get Lacey Evans versus Jasmine Allura. I think she was a jobber. Lacey Evans wins. Did they just stop doing the repackages again for her videos? I don't even know, man. And then she made fun of a freaking of a poor kid with disabilities. There was a poor kid in the audience who had disabilities, and man, what is she? I guess she's a heel again. I don't even know what's going on with Lacey. That's another one you might have to consider sending down to freaking NXT. I don't get why they don't do that. Like before they completely give up on the wrestlers, they should send them to NXT. and then bring guys that are thriving right now in NXT before you completely give up on these guys and bury them. But anyways, then we get freaking a tag team match, man. We get Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus Hit Row. But before the match even gets underway, freaking the Viking Raiders attack from behind freaking Sheamus and McIntyre. They're all pissed after there's a commercial break where they come back. They're like, screw this tag team tournament. We're gonna go get the freaking Viking Raiders. And Adam Pearce tells them that by doing that, they have forfeit their spot in the tag team tournament. And so that instead, it is now going to be freaking Braun Strowman and Ricochet replacing them, and they won't face Hit Row. And guess who won, man? The freaking newly formed tag team of Ricochet and Braun Strowman. Again, did Triple H give up on Hit Row tonight? Jesus Christ, man, what the hell? Michael Cole's completely trolling Top Dollar on commentating. Man, I don't know. Jesus Christ, man. What a disaster that team had. Even though I feel like at this point, Legado del Fantasma seems to be more over than freaking Hit Row. They had a hell of a match with Imperium. Let's see here. And then freaking Caleb Broxton interviews Kevin Owens, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here for this match. I'm gonna take out as many Usos as I can tonight before tomorrow's night match with Roman Reigns." And then as soon as he says that, here come the freaking Usos, Jimmy and Jay. They start attacking Kevin Owens. Security comes out with Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce says, "You guys came from the arena. You guys can't be here anymore." So then they get escorted out of the arena and in their car. Jay calls him. He's like, "Hey, man, I need a favor." And he pretty much has him come back and be in the arena. After Roman Reigns said he didn't want to see him in the arenas until Saturday. So both Jay and Zammy disobeying Roman Reigns' instructions. All right. Then we get freaking LA Knight dressed up as Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds. He comes out with a very small lantern. It was kind of hilarious. And then, he does a promo. And then freaking Bray Wyatt comes on himself. He does a promo. At the end, they're just staring at each other. And up at the top, like in a press box in a suite, Uncle Howdy's there as well. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm interested in this match. I think there's only 3 singles matches. Bray Wyatt, LA Knight, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens. Everything else is the 2 Royal. There's only 5 matches. The 2 Royal Rumble matches, and then these 3 matches, man. It's gonna be a good show, man. I don't see this show going in more than 3 hours. We'll see what happens, man. And then we get probably what was maybe the best match of the night, Legado del Fantasma versus Imperium in the tag team tournament. What a match this was, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth flips. A lot of people were saying Legado del Fantasma might have turned babyface, especially with Hit Row turning heel. Maybe now they're going to have Legado del Fantasma be baby faces. They were doing a lot of baby faces move, like a bunch of flip-flops and stuff. So maybe they turn them baby faces. But great match. Imperium won. This was a hell of a match, man. Probably, like I said, probably the best match of the night. Imperium comes on to advance. And then we get Charlotte telling Adam Pearce, "I'm sick and tired of Sonya Deville. You know what? Let's give her another title shot." So they agree. So next week on SmackDown, it's going to be Charlotte versus Sonya Deville for the Women's Championship. And then we get the freaking main event, Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. It was a good match, good, just brawl between these guys. They were putting up a good one. I was excited for this. Sadly, it gets interrupted. I believe Kevin Owens has like a frog splash, and as soon as he's pinning Solo Sikoa, Sami Zayn comes in and he breaks it up. And then Solo Sikoa accidentally hits Sami Zayn with a super kick, and then I think it gets called off because I think Solo Sikoa gets a chair and he hits Kevin Owens with a chair. Then it ends with Sikoa trying to put, he puts Kevin Owens on the announce table when he tries to do that freaking splash on him from the barricade onto the announce table. As he does that, At the last moment, Kevin Owens gets back up and he hits him with the pop-up power bomb on the announce table. And then he tries to hit Sami Zayn. He wants to hit, or he's about to hit Sami Zayn with a steel chair. And he just, I guess he couldn't, and he just drops it. And he walks away, and he just starts talking to the camera. Tomorrow night at Royal Rumble, I'm beating you, Roman Reigns. I'm beating you. All the same shit he said on Monday. And that was it. That was basically the show, man. So the biggest part of this was both Sami Zayn and Jey Uso disobeying Roman Reigns' instructions of not having Sami Zayn involved. And then you have the SmackDown. So we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens, man. Tonight at freaking Royal Rumble, man. Again, with the way Roman Reigns talked about The Rock at the Jimmy Fallon show, it looks like it's starting to look like The Rock will not be at WrestleMania unless we're once again getting swerved. And then I think it comes down to either Cody Rhodes or Sami Zayn. Some people are saying, but then what's going to happen with the Usos? Because the whole plan was for the Usos to face Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania. So now all of a sudden the Usos would probably lose their spot. Now, I think you can get maybe creative and maybe do I don't know what you do with Kevin Owens, but maybe with Sami Zayn, and you do have both the tag team titles, right? So you don't have nothing for Judgment Day, assuming Rhea Ripley goes on to main event versus one of either Bianca or Charlotte, whoever's the women's champion. You could put Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, you could do that. You could maybe Sheamus if they're going to continue featuring them as a tag team. You could put a bunch of tag teams and just have like a freaking fatal 3-way, fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way. I feel you could still do something. I mean, they are the freaking Raw and SmackDown titles, right? So I don't think it would be the end of the world. I think you still come up with a banger match. Freaking throw Imperium, throw Sheamus and McIntyre, Judgment. Just a triple threat match alone of Judgment Day versus the Usos versus McIntyre and Sheamus. I think that would be a hell of a match, honestly. Because it looks like Gunther's going to face Brock Lesnar. So that leaves, I thought maybe people thought that Sheamus was going to get the rematch with Gunther, but it looks like he's going to. But no, because Bobby Lashley's going to be. So, yeah, there's nothing for Gunther either. That's right. It's Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar. Because the rumor was Gunther versus Lesnar. But now it seems like it's going to be Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what they do. But I'm sure they could figure something out for the Usos if Sami Zayn were to face Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens, you could have him be the special guest referee for that match, honestly, if you don't have anything to do for him. I think you can still figure it out. But we'll see what happens. Until next time, holla!